Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Mayfield's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
All day, just like that, just like that.
Here's Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At their 48-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 37.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up. And down he goes. They'll sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that, and they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. So they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception. He wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Right back to him on 1st down. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll block the throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the
Slaughter on to punt now on 4th down. Taking it about the 16. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Mayfield down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards remain on second down. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. First down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield to Jefferson on the slant. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Mayfield. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. 4th down, Mayfield. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Double time, double time.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
4 down, check, check.
They run the counter now on first down. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Set up a throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Back to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the turnover leads to points as they had 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Up the 2, partner. Just do it.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for them, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On second down, Cook. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag to add insult to injury.
Don't do us like that.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play develop, but they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example.
Now Mayfield lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now the try here for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground, and And then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for a 49er touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Now for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Mayfield on 1st down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing, Mayfield.
Let's go, G.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken at the 37. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position, one time out of their pocket, they can still come away with points here in the late going. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Everyone, 37 is the mic. Mike 37.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they will get the 1st down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
We'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side, sent the tight end a few steps down the field, and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Good games all over the screen there, one being at MetLife Stadium. A big one for the Jets as they get set to take on the Dallas Cowboys. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And lastly, Sunday Night Football has a good one lined up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to. My hand.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now back to throw.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Great change up there on the route. It got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside. Make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. 7 yards, the pickup there. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
I got you. Whip. Watch the whip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Second down at 5.
And to give this time to the tailback. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now they try the right side here. They find some open field here. Uses the stiff arm. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's running 11 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Hey, watch the lane.
Right there. 54, right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now, because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward. Touchdown.
After right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big this game and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
2 yards the game there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for first. They'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front. Say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here I come again.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Now a handoff here to his running back. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Starting to look like this drive may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Check, watch 54. Let's put him on the buses.
Mitchell. And he'll take this into the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. A first down throw for Mayfield. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 126 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now the try here for the extra point. Now he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
That catch good for only a couple. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now Mayfield lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Mayfield with it once more. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. And this is going to be caught. So an offensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the 49ers, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And now they get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Dallas Cowboys.